Hey everyone, it's Julie Hutchison here from Think Be Do Leadership. And well, you can teach an old dog new tricks, they say. Or they say you can't. But today I prove that you can. Because not that I really want to call myself an old dog, but that's by the by. In the nicest possible way, you can do that. Because today it's Monday, and by 7 o'clock this morning, I had achieved something that I'm super proud of and I never thought I would do. And the reason why I want to talk about it today is not just to big myself up, although I could, it's Monday, why not? The reason why I want to talk about it is because it was something that I thought I would never, ever, not in a million years, be able to do. Never thought I even really wanted to do. No, actually, I think I had a little inkling I would like to be able to do this. And I always looked at people who could do it and thought, wow, how? And so I kind of wanted to, but I never did. And so overcoming this, a number of things that happened this morning that overcome this weird thing of never having done this before, and then just doing it was kind of strange. And it taught me something I think I knew inside. In fact, I did know, but it was just a demonstration. And this is why I want to talk to you, because it's a demonstration of people in general, of how we hold ourselves back from doing things because we think we can't do something and we believe we can't. And when we've gone down a certain path, often we don't want to change that path, and we don't want to feel like, like I want to go back on myself, or I want to change, I want to do something different, or I don't want to look silly. I don't want to say that I can't do something. And so what happens is that we get stuck, or we just don't do something that we would love to have done or love to be doing. And therefore we miss out on all this stuff. And what a shame is what I can say. But not only that, not just what a shame, but missed opportunities, like never getting selected for promotion or never building your business because you don't feel like a leader. And that's where I was thinking that this was actually quite relevant. But that wasn't what it was about this morning, because actually I was in the swimming pool, which is why there's a swimming picture. That wasn't me. It looks a bit more professional than me. But just so you know, change that language. I was not a particularly good swimmer until recently, when I become a lot better, when I tried. But that's not the point. So when I was a kid, I was in some swimming galas at school, and I wasn't bad, let's say. I don't really remember whether I was good or not, but I was in the gala, so I must have been all right. However, there was a point in my life when I was a kid when I was a bit silly, and I dove, is that the right word, into the swimming pool at the shallow end. And in the shallow end, there's a floor that hurts when you hit it. And I don't know if you can see you see that? That little chip there is the result of me having bit the bottom of the swimming pool. And now, let me tell you, it was a bit like one of those cartoons where your head goes like that. It really, really, really hurt. And so because of that, I never swam after that. I never put my head under the water, or if I swim, be one of these like this kind of thing. So never did, really. Didn't like getting splashed in the face, didn't want to go underneath. I loved diving with my dad. He used to teach me how to dive. I've got some great memories of my dad when he did that, but I wouldn't do it because, I don't want to get turn into a middle-aged woman, I think, and just don't want to get in the pool. However, last year I started swimming again, and I decided that I was going to be able to put my face in the water. I was going to be able to do front crawl and not just breaststroke. In fact, it was more like doggy paddle, to be honest. So I had to go through the breaststroke thing, learn how to do that, and then do front crawl. I do resort to doggy paddle once in a while. However, today I've been going swimming every day for the last 2 weeks now? Is it? Since we were allowed to? Anyway, in the lanes, which is quite good. And it's really good for focus and meditation first thing in the morning. And then I met a guy today. Well, I met him the other day, who was like super swimming, with a hat thingy, goggles, and you name it, weights, everything. And I was just watching him. I've actually been watching for a couple of days, thinking, that's really cool. Like, one, he overtakes me all the time, but he's nice about it. But he gets to the end and he does that kind of like, what do you call that? A tumble turn, don't you? Tumble turn. Gets to the end and he does this flip and he kicks off and he goes back the other way. Now, there's me. I do put my head under the water, and I am just getting to this point where I can put my head under water with this front crawl. I'm really out of breath at the end, mind you. But hey, anyway, what happened was I said to him, wow, that's really cool. And he said, it's easy. All you do, he gave me some instruction. And I laughed and said, right, okay, then you've made that sound very easy. That kind of shattered one of my beliefs. And this is where I want to come from. But it shattered the belief that there was no way that I could do it. And suddenly at 7 o'clock this morning, I had a little idea that I was going to give it a go the next swim that I did, especially since it was just me and him in the lane and he was watching now and he told me what to do. And so I swam to the end and I saw the wall coming up the side of the pool and I thought, it's now or never. You have to do what he told you to do. Kind man. And so I did. And I believed what he told me. And I took his advice. And I only went and did it. I actually did a tumble turn. And not only did I do a tumble turn, I did 2 tumble turns, not straight away. Next time I went up. Yeah, I did it again. And just to prove that it wasn't a fluke, I did it again, although second time wasn't quite as good. But hey, it's something that I don't really need to do. It doesn't have to be in life. Don't need to do that in my life. But I did it because I wanted to do it. I wanted to prove that I could do it. And I shattered the belief that I couldn't do it. And therefore, I needed to try. And in the good old voice of Yoda, do or do not, there is no try. So I thought, well, I better move past that. Let's get on and just do it then, shall we? And so you're probably thinking, why are you listening to this? But please bear with me, because I see so many people holding themselves back, not doing things because they think they can't, or they think they're not that kind of person. Oh, I don't really step up and talk. I don't speak up much in meetings because I don't think I'm that kind of person. I don't feel confident, or I don't think I can, or that's just not me. And these phrases, these generalizations about what we can and can't do, these beliefs and these stories that we're telling ourselves about what we can and can't do, hold us back from doing what we actually could do if we just did it. Make sense? So if you're listening to this live, you're probably feeling the passion here. But if you listen to it on replay, then just put replay and say hello. Say hello if you're listening to live. So if I, the worst swimmer in the world, or nearly the worst swimmer in the world, can actually, 1, learn to do breaststroke, 2, learn to do front crawl, 3, put your head under the water and breathe. Not under the water, but breathe when you come up. And then do a tumble turn this morning. Can you see my halo? If I can do that, then so can you. Well, not necessarily a tumble turn, but you can do what you want to do, even if you don't feel like you are a natural, or you don't feel like you've ever done that before, or you're 50 years old and you've never stepped into a new role, or you've never done something, whatever. And particularly as business owners, if you're out there, if you are growing a business and you've never been a leader before, maybe you're thinking, I'm not very good at communication, or I don't really know what I'm doing here, or I don't know, how do you motivate people? You can. Just because you might not be, the typical leader doesn't mean that you can't, because you can, and you just need to get on and do, not just, that's not true, because you need to look at what is giving you that belief. Okay, we need to get rid of that belief. So as I said to you, I shattered that belief this morning, kind of by accident. But when I look at what happened was somebody came along, showed me how it's done. Somebody came along and believed in me and shattered my belief that I couldn't do it. And he did that by saying, well, hold on a second. All you do, you go forward and you keep your arms in the, this is all he said to me. This is the thing that made it change. He said, you keep your arms in the direction that you want to go. As simple as that. Who knew? You're all going to be going out there doing tumble turns. I know. But the point was, he made it sound simple, and it shattered my belief that it was something that was difficult. So he gave me some instruction. And the other thing is I opened myself up to asking him and feeling vulnerable and feeling silly, and didn't care that I couldn't do something. I talked about it. I opened up and I found that he could give me some advice. So not only did I listen to his advice, but I let him give me the advice by allowing myself to say, I don't know how to do that. I don't think I could, but can you show me? And so the tumble turn was created by Madam Julie. I'm sure it wasn't pretty, but I wish it was on video. So what we need to do when we're holding ourselves back by these beliefs that we can't do something is we need to get to the bottom of the belief and not just try to push through. You can't just always just say, oh, well, I don't think I can. All right, off you go on, do it. That's like your headmaster saying, like, you should just go on and do it. Yeah. What we need to look at is what caused that, what made that belief happen in the first place. And so we need to look at, why did I believe I couldn't? Well, pretty obvious for me. I didn't believe I could do it because of what happened to me when I was a kid, as I mentioned before, with my tooth. Yeah. So it was fairly traumatic. Some experience had told me that don't go in the pool, don't do that because you're going to get hurt. You're not very good because you bit the bottom of the pool. So my belief was, you're not very good at that. Okay, so we need to understand what is the belief that tells us that we are not going to be able to do something or that we're not very good at something. And then we need to look at what made that belief feel true for you. Okay, and what we probably find if we dig deep enough is there was something that happened to you, experienced some time ago, maybe when you were a kid, that has gone into your brain and told you that in order to be safe or feel okay, you stay away from that stuff because that was not a good experience. And so your brain is protecting you, and so you go, oh no, I can't do that, I don't want to do that, because somewhere in there it says that's so dangerous, that you're going to look silly or something's going to happen that isn't nice. And when you unlock that, you need to ask yourself the question, like, well, what was it? Or who gave me that belief? Who told me that? Like, I don't know, if somebody told you that the earth was flat when you were a kid, you're going to believe it. Yeah. But now we'll look back and go, hold on a second. Who told me that? Oh, that was Billy round the corner. Did Billy know anything about the earth? Not a lot. Okay. Do I value his opinion now? Well, hold on. That was a 6-year-old boy that told me that. Okay. I'm not going to take that with me from now on. So we need to look at the validity of that person or that thing that made me believe what was true about myself. And then we have to say, well, does that serve me now, believing that? So, for example, with me, does it serve me that you keep watching these people go up and down, wishing you could do that cool thing and just not doing it? No, it doesn't. Okay. Does it serve you believing that you can't do it? No, it doesn't. Because it's not necessarily true. I'm holding it as a truth, but it's not necessarily true. And we do this in business. We hold ourselves back by assuming the truth instead of saying, where did that come from? Is that true? Who told me that? Do I believe that person? Do I want to listen to that person? And maybe it might be your headmaster from when you were a kid, or your sister or your brother, or even later, your teacher that told you were no good at public speaking or whatever it is. Yeah. And so we need to just get hold of that and rattle that belief a little bit and understand whether it really is true or whether it just feels true to you because of what you learned. And then we have to cut those ties to that, because sometimes, like mine, it wasn't true. It was true then. You hurt your face. It was painful. You don't want to do it. But I'm 50 now. Everybody shouldn't have said that. But I'm 50, and it's now not necessarily true that is going to make my face hurt if I jump into the swimming pool. I just need to be a bit more careful. So I can reaffirm a new belief, that is that if I want to do that, I need to be careful. Or if I want to do that, I need to make sure that I'm in the deep end. That would be useful. Okay, so what I'm saying is that for you, if there's something that's holds you back in your business or in your life or in your job, whatever it is, then we need to get to the bottom of that thing that you think is true and really rattle the cage. Okay, so we need to say, first of all, is that true? Could it be that I actually could do that? And if you can rattle that belief enough, then you need to be doing one more thing. You need to ask for help from somebody who can help you. You need to be able to be vulnerable and admit that you either don't know how to do it, or you need some help to do it, or you need to be shown what to do, when to do it, whatever the thing is you need. You've got to just get out there and get that help and be okay with being vulnerable. I know that's hard sometimes, but it's true. We've got to be, because when we are okay with being vulnerable, what we find is that actually people aren't there all judging you all the time. They're actually willing to help you, like the chap in the pool today. Okay, so if we ask for help and advice and we break down and get rid of that belief that says, I just can't, it just makes me sorry, I've got a bit funny now, because it's like there's no such thing as just not just can't. There's can't because of certain circumstances, and there's can if we do this, this, and this. Okay, so when we do that, we allow ourselves to open up, we allow ourselves to see a path, and then we can do it. Okay, or in Yoda, do or do not, there is no try. So I don't want to hear try. We're going to give it a go. I know we are, first of all, but we're going to do it, because we're going to do that thing that we want to do, whether we make a pig's ear of it the first time or not. Yeah, we're still doing it. Okay, and so I want you to think about that. And if you're really struggling, I want you to think about this last point. How does it serve you to hang on to the belief that you can't do something? How does it serve you to let it go? How does it serve you to just say, oh no, I can't? Because there will be something that is there. You know, I said about like not wanting to hit the bottom of the swimming pool. It serves me to hold on to that belief, because if I've jumped in or dived into the swimming pool, the shallow end again, I'm going to hurt myself again. So it was serving me in that sense, but it's not really serving me. But we need to understand, how does it serve me, and whether we really want to hold on to that, or would we like it to serve ourselves in a different way. So bit different today. As I said, I can now do tumble turns badly, but hey, I'm doing them. And I want you to think about, what are you stopping yourself from doing? Would it be that you're going to grow your business? Would it be that you're going to take on some stuff? Would it be that you're going to start a new product line? What is it for you? Is it that you're going to go for a new promotion if you're in a job? What would it be? Let me know if you think, what is it that I'm holding myself back from, that I would love to let go of? Because it is a lot easier than you think if you allow yourself to understand, where did the belief come from? How does it serve me? What would I like to believe instead? And to knock that bugger off its table legs, and to say, no, that's not true for me anymore. And I'm going to go, and I'm going to get out there, and I'm going to do whatever it is you want to do. So whether it is the same as me, you want to go out swim and do tumble turns, or whether you want to take on the world, whatever it is, do it. And don't let your beliefs hold you back. So if you think that has been useful for you, then you're going to go and go swimming. No, if you think it's been useful for you, thank you very much. Just please comment, what is the thing that you're going to let go of? That would be brilliant. If I can hear that, that would be fantastic. If you loved what you've heard as well, what we're doing is we're helping leaders to grow their businesses by up-leveling the leadership skills, up-leveling the mindset that you have, so that you don't hold yourself back, so that you are moving forward, and that you do have the confidence to lead the team that you need to grow the business that you want. And that's really important. If you would like some help with that, then get in touch, because we have a program that you can join, and it is a group program, and it's fun, challenging, supportive, and we're going to learn a whole bunch of stuff. But the biggest thing is you're going to apply that stuff into the business. So if that sounds like something you want to find out more about, then by all means, give me a shout and we'll get you the details. And if you would like to join our Facebook group, then please do, Quiet Leaders with Impact. And we'll see you in the group for more of this jolly stuff. I promise I won't make you do tumble turns. Okay. Thank you very much for listening. And if you have any comments, please feel free to put them in the comment box, and I will come back and have a look. For those of you who are watching it on replay, thank you very much. Remember, do or do not, there is no try. And this old dog can learn a new trick, so can you. Take care. Bye-bye.